Hey, Ron's Bass Lessons here, back with another requested song. The Jeff Healey version of the song Sugar Sweet, and I believe it was originally Freddie King. And it's very different, it's even a different key with Freddie King, but if you want the history of it, I'd listen to the original just to get an idea, where the songwriters originally did it. But this version, the original version was more sort of like a straight 12-bar blues feel more. This one is definitely like a funk version, and there's like less passing tones in this version than there is in like a typical 12-bar blues. So let me just as always, I'll be happy to email you these are my hand transcriptions. Let me just real fast put them up on the screen just so you can screenshot them if you want. Side 1, side 2. Now let me just explain that these transcriptions that these particular tabs, especially on a blues tune like this, are just like examples. They're not note for note transcriptions because the bass player is not doing the same thing every time. Typical of blues especially, he's ad-libbing, but he's playing around the chord notes, which is also kind of typical, in kind of a funky feel. So like the main feel is like, so I just played like 3 different sort of spin-offs of the same idea. So the song is in F sharp on the Jeff Healey record. So your chords are F sharp, B, and C sharp. 1, 4, and 5. And so your basic riff is going to be, typically he hits the root note first, which is the F sharp. In this case, in the first position, I'm on the 2nd fret. Alright, and then I'm kind of playing with the 2nd and the 4th fret on the A string, and then the 2nd and the 4th fret also on the D string. Okay, so I just played 2 different ideas. So hammer from 2 to 4, and then you're going to hit 2, 4 on the D and the A strings, and then 2 on the D string, and then 4, which is the octave of the F sharp. Okay, so I'm, for the most part, just speaking theory-wise, I'm hitting the root, the 5th, the 4th, the flat 7th, and the octave. Okay, which are pretty typical notes chosen in a blues format. But like a lot of music, it's the pauses and the space between the notes that makes the feel. So you got to kind of play with the record and fool around with your phrasing. But again, the basic sort of skeletal phrasing that works is okay, any of those. Those are all the same notes in different combinations and orders. And then the same thing when he goes down to the B chord, same idea. Alright, and back to the F, and then the turnaround is once on the C sharp, and it stops on the B when the singing is. I'm trying to remember that. I actually wrote down the chord structure for this exact reason. So it's like 4 Fs, 2 Bs, 2 Fs. Yeah, so the turnaround is once on the C sharp, stop on the B, once on the F sharp, and then like a little off time, and back to the top. And that, that's easy enough to pick up just listening to the record. And as always, I posted a cover version of me playing along with the song, to help you see how I'm, fitting the notes in. I don't think there'll be any problem with this song being blocked on YouTube. I don't think Jeff Healey stuff gets blocked. So try to post an Ozzy or an AC/DC thing, though. That's a different story. So that's your basic structure and basic riffs. And again, you know, you want to play around with those notes, and there's nothing that says you can't experiment and find another note in between. So, you know, find maybe the flat fifth. Now the other thing is, during the solo, there's not a lot of passing tones that I heard during the singing, but during the solo you can do more classic blues, like because it doesn't stop during the solo. So, you know, kind of same thing when you're going to the C sharp 5 chord too. You know, that kind of thing. The other choice you have, and you'll hear him a couple of times in the record if you want to try to cop some of what the bass player is doing, you can also hit the upper octaves of these chords as well and get some higher notes, like, you know, pick F sharp way up here on the 8th fret, and then pick up the B on the 7th fret. You know, and the C sharp up on the 8th as well. You know, that kind of thing. So the only thing that is kind of anywhere near sort of pre-written is the ending riff, and really, I transcribed this, but I think it's real close to what they're doing, if it's not right on, but really it's going to come down to you agreeing with the guitar player, because you're going to both basically play the same riff. So what I do at the end, he does a turnaround, you know, 3 times with the C sharp to the B, and then the very end is so one more time. Again, I have that transcribed, so it's starting down on the D string and working your way up string by string. It's mostly on 4 and 2. You're gonna hit a C on the A string as a passing tone, and you're gonna hit the open A and the open E. So I'll do it slow. Basically working your way down the F sharp chord for the most part, but so I'll do it again, slow. 4-2, 4-3-2, hammer and release to 4 and 2, open A, open E, and F sharp. So one last time in time. Sorry. So you sort of have like triplets in the middle of it. And that's all the parts. So, you know, that's a nice thing about blues. You don't have a ton of chord changes. So, questions, feel free to email me, but that's like I said, that's just a skeletal structure, so you can ad lib around that. If you have that and you listen to the record, I think you can probably figure out what works for you and your band. So good luck, have fun, like and subscribe, spread the good word, and I'll see you next time.